This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. Oh my god, Brad Clay!
Yeah, there you go,
He's totally dead, right?
I'm Mayhem!
I'm Jinzu.
I'm Duke.
And we just watched the Impel Down arc of One Piece, and oh my god, I still can't get over it!
with totally not Mark. With totally not Mark's YouTube channel, like while he's of his review of One Piece. Every time he gets to a new arc, and every time he goes, "This is probably the best and my favorite arc of One Piece of all time."
Yep. Impel Down was no different.
It's
Impel Down
probably
was no
the
different.
best piece of manga I've ever read. But obviously he has an Irish accent. I can't do it.
You didn't even know!
It's not Irish.
Just purposely go for the wrong accent.
Scottish.
Number one, I love this arc. Number two, I'm so happy your reaction to it, Mayhem, because as he said, best way to describe it is One Piece was all really good, and then Eni's Lobby happened, and because of those certain characters that kind of just sucked, it took a bit of a dip.
It dipped down.
Who sucked in his lobby?
I did not like the giraffe or the soap lady. I liked them before they had their devil fruits, but then when they got their devil fruits, I don't like them.
Why didn't you like Soap Lady?
Because it was a little too
On the nose?
on the nose, yeah. It was a little too ham-fisted. And I was just like, okay.
But what about the ox?
Love him.
Model?
He became
No,
You mean ox fruit model giraffe?
Model giraffe.
Oh, ox.
I love that joke. By the way.
It's not the giraffe fruit. It's the ox fruit. Because
I do-
apparently giraffes and oxes come from the same. Or
What I-
oxen come from the same philia.
Yeah, what I think it is it might just be like all these different four-legged, horned,
like wild
plant eaters.
wildebeest.
Yeah, like I imagine a wildebeest would end up being an ox fruit model wildebeest.
The rhino.
You think a rhino? Maybe rhino. Like my imagination, I'm imagining it might be if it's got two horns, four legs, and it eats plants.
Rhino.
Do rhinos eat plants? I thought rhinos eat. They're
Oh,
not,
okay. I see what you're talking about.
Rhinos are herbivores.
Okay, no, I see what you're talking about with the horn, but I feel that's different. I mean, dude, the horn.
Exactly, it's a horn.
Yeah.
You said horned.
Okay, you know what I mean.
I said rhino, and you said horn, and it's like
horn
what?
antler thing.
The antler. There you go.
Okay. Very, very productive argument.
I'm just still.
So, what are the
mad.
logistics of devil fruits, you think?
God, I love biology.
I don't. All right,
When
so
the rhinos go extinct, the conservation story, armed conflict across Central Africa in the 1970s and early 1980s wiped out most of the remaining northern white rhinos, except for a small population of Garamba National Park. In Garamba National Park in DRC. In 2008, a survey of Garamba concluded that northern white rhinos had become extinct in the wild.
We hope you've enjoyed this Jinzu bio lesson.
This is been Rhino Thoughts with Jinzu.
This has been the Nature Channel with
Jinzu.
with Tiger Boy.
So, where are we in the story right now?
Where are we?
Have just watched the Impel Down arc of One Piece, which is like the third segment of the Summit War Saga.
Which is a term that I'm still just like, oh no, something's gonna happen.
You've seen what's led up to the reason why it's called that now.
But I'm still just like, ugh.
Like, a war has to be big for it to be called a war,
Yeah,
so...
exactly.
But right now, you've seen how it could lead to that. And it's very obvious. I mean, a lot has happened. So, to give non-spoiler thoughts of Impel Down is the perfect culmination of so many things when it comes to
a
One
lot
Piece.
of background stuff. A lot of background
stuff.
Things that were set up like piece by piece, and it's not part of the main story until now.
Yep.
That this entire arc is finally the background and foreground coming together and becoming one, and it just becomes this string of really good moments with these characters that haven't interacted before, then these characters that have interacted before, then they reunite, see each other again, and it's been long enough so they've both grown so much in their own field, in their own rights, that it's so interesting to see.
Yep. So Jinzu, what did you think of Impel Down without mentioning what happens in the arc?
When I think of Impel Down, this was like, okay, so I knew it was gonna be good, right? Obviously.
It was One Piece.
Yeah, but like, it was hard to watch it because I was both super intrigued and like wanting to watch the next episode, but I was also really bored. But I think that's really my own fault because I already knew what happened and I already understood.
Yeah, no, you're not sitting there for the adventure. You're sitting there for the moment of like, oh, I know this is coming.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing.
So
that's the mistake people do with One Piece. They go, oh, I know this thing's coming, so I'm gonna wait for that, and they don't enjoy the ride.
Yeah, like I'm starting to notice that I'm not enjoying One Piece as much as I could have because the
you're
story.
Not paying attention to the ride. You're paying attention to.
I've already had the story spoiled for me, so like there's nothing building up to it because right now the scary thing is what's gonna happen to Ace. What's gonna happen to Ace? He's been arrested. He's being taken to Marineford.
He's got some hope now.
There's gonna be a war. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Whitebeard's always gonna be pissed. What's gonna happen? But I already know what happens. So it's like, but.
So I'm over here just like, what's happening? And you're like, I know.
I know.
He knows. He knows.
And I know he knows.
No, that's the fun thing for me of I know everything that's supposed to happen, but I'm still like, basically I've sat down, gone, I am ahead so far of everyone else.
Yeah, you already
that
watched
I'm just sitting here like, I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and just take in the moment. And that has helped me out
and
so
then I
much.
go, woo!
So the three
How
levels,
we doing back there, R2?
the three levels are Mayhem not knowing anything about One Piece, me knowing a lot but not really getting far, and Duke knowing you're literally everything.
Yeah.
That's the general consensus about a lot of things.
I'm literally ahead of the anime right now. I'm in the manga. I've read the greatest feeling in the world is finally going into One Piece the manga and then being there when a new arc starts.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea how good that feels to just look at it and go, I'm here. I'm here right now.
I imagine it's what like waking up really early and seeing the sunrise feels like.
That's how it felt.
And then I wake up 12 hours later and go, what? It's weird that the sunrise is happening in the wrong place. That's the sunset.
No, it's
mayhem. Daylight savings ended. It's evening.
It's evening.
A way I could compare it is like, you ever have one of those like days at school where like a bunch of stuff happens, but like you were absent?
You weren't there that day, so yeah.
Dude, okay. So in high school, there was apparently this substitute teacher who was whack. She was whack off her ass, man. She was on some shit. Old ass lady. And
I think I know what you're talking about.
24816 or whatever the hell she went up 486. It was the date. So the date was.
You remember that date?
Because she went off about it. She went off about it, and everyone was making the joke about it because the date was April 18th, 2016, and she made a big deal out of it because she was old and liked math, even though she was substituting for a history class. But she looks at everyone. She looks at everyone, guys, and goes, "Guys, you know what date is? The days perfectly line up together in terms of math." And everyone's like, "What? What are you talking about? 4816." Yeah.
The only time I remember that at all is in 2015 with March 14th, 2015 pi.
Oh, yeah.
3.1415.
I remember that day too. That was funny.
And like everybody brought pi that day.
3.14159. Okay, that's all I know.
That's gonna happen a lot later.
But no, I gotta say, I had one of those days where it was like I missed something one day, and it was like one of those big events that ended up happening. I stayed home one day because I was sick, and I end up hearing from a classmate the next day, dude, there was a helicopter that picked up a kid yesterday.
Like someone died.
Like someone almost died,
like
man.
That one video.
And I was like, excuse me?
Like that one video, it's like people who missed school today ain't gonna believe who came back. Abraham Lincoln!
Yo, Drake Bell performed at our school?
Man,
What?
it's a good thing I wasn't there.
What? They waved around the Confederate flag at school?
Don't know about that one.
I remember that day.
My friends were there.
I brought the flag.
Your friends were...
Those were cousins of my friend. that shit was so hilarious. I'm talking to him because we went to like our valley college, like our local community college, and we're like hanging out and shit like that. And he was like, "Bro, those are my cousins."
Those are my cousins.
There's that my cousin Billy Bob.
Imagine getting the news first from your family and then seeing it on the news and being like, "Oh my god."
I'm pretty sure that's how you guys hear that I died.
Yeah. Yeah. Me with the most tired expression. Yeah.
Yeah. But before we list off any other horrible things that happened.
So One Piece.
Okay, but no, it's just being able to where I am in the manga right now. For reference, I'm on. I think it was 1070 something.
That's not today's date.
Shut up. But I'm on like chapter 1070 something, and it's just the craziest feeling to look at something and say, "Man, the majority of people won't see this for another maybe year and a half."
Jinju, stop looking up the digits of pi. You literally cannot know them all.
You don't know that. Alright, what are we talking about?
Well, you're right. I gotta say, as a quick tangent of just like the moment that you bring up pi and you're like, oh, I must know more.
I got to like 4 numbers.
The worst part is the first thing that came to mind was the movie Life of Pi.
Because that was the joke with him. He understood. Baby, 159265358 doesn't count. I'm looking at the fucking numbers. I only memorized up to like 9. 3.14159. And
Yeah, same.
There was a 9 that was next.
It's after the 5.
It's after the 5. Just the way you say that.
Hey, do you want to buy an 8?
No. I don't have any money.
You see, this guy.
This guy came up to me earlier and he was selling 9s.
You know the best part? I found the actual clip earlier.
Yes, yes.
And it's just as good as you'd imagine.
Yes.
Just the dude comes in. Just a number 8. 8.
You want to buy an 8?
No, that's how he does it.
Yeah,
the introduction of it is
buying.
he doesn't say that. The beginning of the clip is him going 8.
Oh no, I think they might have censored it. I think they might have censored it for kids. Or is that just like a meme clip?
No, it's the actual clip for the
8.
kids.
Just
8.
So when, so
hey man, you want to buy some 8s?
you know how many episodes there are in One Piece?
Yeah.
When we're finally done with it, you know what we have to do next? Sesame Street. Sesame Street still has more episodes than One Piece.
No, it's gonna be Simpsons. I don't care. We're gonna watch Simpsons.
Or Family Guy?
Or just
No.
whatever series has over 1,000 episodes. That's what One Piece is right now, and then whatever we can find to fill it next.
So
Frasier.
manga.
Gilligan's Island.
So manga.
Chowder.
So like I said, I'm so ahead of the manga that it's just the greatest feeling to look at all that and say, like, man, look how far ahead I am. For me, I watch the show and I go, okay, I know A, B, and C. What is between A and B? What is between B and C? I want to see what there is. And it's some of the best stuff ever.
Dude, there's no letters in between those.
I'll kill you. What, you don't know about A1, A2, A3?
You know who I know about the steak sauce.
But so
We're not playing Battleship here.
to get into the
math
show,
class?
to get into
If it
the
is,
show,
I'm killing myself.
basically
If
the
it is, I'm looking up
story.
the numbers of pi again.
Once again, this is if you want to know more of the story, you got to watch the rest of our episodes talking about this, because we go into deep detail of every arc.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't go into detail of a bunch of previous arcs. I only get the bare necessity of previous arcs when describing the current arc. And to describe the current arc, previously, the Straw Hats got messed up,
Oh, yeah.
separated, went to each different islands,
They went on vacation.
It was
Basically.
literally like the terminal montage video with Machamp like punching everybody
Yes.
away. When
That's
it shows,
exactly
the
what
above
it is.
Shot, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah!
That sounds about right.
It's showtime.
But when it comes to this current arc of basically Luffy previously landed on an island on Big Booby Island. That's the name of it.
Amazon Island!
Amazon Lily.
Yes.
It's just as good!
Mm-hmm. Very.
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 Are you not proud of us? Or do you not like... what was the line? I forget. From Boondocks?
Are you that disappointed of us? Very.
Very.
Yes.
But he ended up on that island and managed to make friends with the queen of the island, Boa Hancock.
Who, just because his love beam does not affect, she fell in love with.
Yep.
Because
And-
Luffy ain't no simp.
But she sure is to him.
Oh yeah. She fell in love with him and so decided to help him on his quest to save Ace.
Yep, because Ace is scheduled for execution.
Yep. And so they decided to go to Impel Down,
Hey man, you
which
free
is
tonight?
where
Nah, sorry, I got the execution lined up.
Ace was currently held.
No, I gotta get executed tomorrow, my bad.
Sorry guys.
We managed to go to Impel Down, and to tell you the setup of Impel Down, oh my god. So, immediately we need to deal with the fact that it is surrounded by more ships than a Buster Call.
Yep. Like, this is, like, the entire blueprint setup of Impel Down has to be one of the most insane prisons I have ever seen in media. Like,
Yeah.
like the overabundance of security in that place.
It's inside the comm belt.
Yeah, it's in
Which
the
means
combo.
it's surrounded by sea kings.
Yep. And, like, should we go into the levels yet?
We're about to, basically.
Yeah.
So, immediately, the problems that arrive are Luffy has to sneak around the prison while Boa is going on and basically trying to send a message to Ace. That is her entire goal. And she encounters multiple people within the prison. Not as many as Luffy, obviously, because she's not the main focus. It's only like 2 episodes she's in, really.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like,
and,
2 or 3.
they're showing her around the prison too. They're
Yeah.
talking about all the levels.
But the main thing that we get to see are the 2 biggest people of the prison when it comes to security, being Hannibal, I think.
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
So Hannibal.
Yeah. I think in the English they pronounce it as like Hannibal or something like that. But anyway, it's Hannibal and Magellan. Magellan. Oh my god, those 2 characters are so good. Like, they're new characters, they're silly, but they're so well done.
It's the warden and vice warden that Magellan is the warden,
Yeah.
and Hannibal is the vice warden.
Hannibal, not much to him because he doesn't have a devil fruit. His main thing is just the fact that he's pretty strong.
He's got the gut.
And
He's got the fucking gut, man. He's like 7 feet tall. His gut's like at least 4 foot tall.
Yeah. He could be like Iroh in Avatar, where he just full on belly hits somebody.
Yeah.
So Hannibal, even though he doesn't have the strength of like a devil fruit, he's still got the physical strength.
He's
like
still
that's
strong,
the important thing about him. And the big thing about him is the fact that he's kind of an ass who wants to find his way to become the warden.
He wants to supersede the general and the warden,
And he's very obvious about it.
He's so much so that even the warden knows about it, and he's
Yeah.
just like, ugh.
And
The
it
warden knows and like doesn't even care.
Yeah, it turns out later on the reason why is because like they've got a small amount of respect for each other, but big enough to not do anything.
That he wouldn't kill him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Magellan is, I'll be honest, he's one of my new favorite characters when it comes to One Piece.
He's also got an insane power.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
very fierce and terrifying. character.
Design and power. Holy shit. So, his design is he looks like a devil. He looks like he is
He
the
looks
keeper
like
of hell.
He's a combination devil, looks like a devil bat thing, and an SS officer.
Yeah. It's Yeah, no,
which is the safest way to say that.
you know, I hate to say there is a moment in the opening, like the opening that you missed.
Because it had spoilers in it that I couldn't watch it.
Dude, the opening for this arc had so many spoilers when it came to the arc. But no, there's one moment that I still say I laugh at so hard because you say that he looked like an SS officer. There's a shot where Hannibal and his subordinates salute.
And it's a very
oh no moment.
It's a very no salute.
Yeah, it's the no salute.
It's like in the Pokemon opening when the giant Tentacruel just demolishes that building and it's like, why is this even here?
yeah.
You know what I mean, my friend.
He's got a monkey face, like a mandrill face.
Yeah.
Sharp teeth, thick ass beard, and he looks like
double teeth.
So there's some other stuff I'm able to mention that I'll mention it afterwards, but like there's a bunch of stuff that I'll be able to talk about.
Yeah, that's Magellan. Yes,
Magellan.
How tall is he?
He's
like 14 feet tall.
He's 16 feet.
16 feet tall.
How big is Whitebeard?
How tall is Whitebeard? I think he's 9 feet.
I think the exact dimensions are.
No. Can we get much higher? Yeah, no. You look up Whitebeard real quick, because like you hear the height, and it's actually crazy. Because remember, he's a normal human.
Yeah, he's not a giant at all.
Let's hear real quick.
Oh, I guess it doesn't want to show me.
Yeah, you gotta wait for it to load. Yeah, it does that.
God damn it. Turns out the wiki, like the official page, replaced Whitebeard's picture with the fan art.
He's 21 feet.
21 feet. He's bigger than Magellan.
He is 6'6" centimeters.
God damn.
Yeah, no, it's mentioned multiple times that Whitebeard, when it comes to his height, is insane because of the fact that he's bigger than some giants.
Yeah.
There are some giants that are smaller than Whitebeard, and that's crazy to know.
It's like in D&D having a human character be taller than a Goliath.
Yeah. But anyway, other than that, we get to see the layout of Impel Down.
Yes.
And this is the setup for the arc. I'm gonna go basically mentioning each level as we're going down. Level 1. It is basically the most normal area. Well, we say that, but there's a caveat, and we'll get to that part.
Yeah.
So, level 1, we get to meet a returning character who is trying to escape the prison in that moment that Luffy enters the prison.
Just so happens.
And who is it?
Buggy the Clown!
The return of
The king. The return of the king. Buggy the Clown returns.
He has long hair now.
Yes. Well, I mean, he always had long hair.
And his captain's hat? It had the 2 tufts of hair. Like, it was... Like,
really?
So, like, it looks...
I didn't know that was
it was probably, like, all
rat nested in there.
That's partially the joke when it came to Buggy, that those tufts on his hat were his hair. And, like, you imagine those are little tassels on the hat, and it's like, nope, that's his hair.
I didn't even notice the tassel. I didn't even notice that in general. I just thought...
Isn't Buggy a great character?
But he's still amazing. I love him. So yeah, like, he's breaking out the same time Luffy's breaking in. So they're setting off both the alarms at the same time.
I want to show you.
Of a breakout and a break-in. And the fact that that they just so happen run into each other.
Yeah, there's no body in there.
Yeah. You do some King Boo type shit.
It's such a fun arc.
They run into each other, and Luffy and Buggy are just like, "You! Oh no!"
And but then he's like, "Oh, I know the layout of this place. Oh, then you're my friend.
Oh, then come on.
Then let's go." And this entire arc, the main focus of this arc is the fact that it is not important Luffy's gum powers. The most important thing about Luffy is his friendship powers.
Is his ability to raise a crew.
His tomo no mi.
His will of
yes.
D.
And so we end up having this moment where Buggy is like,
Tell me you wouldn't follow him into the depths of hell.
"Oh, I would."
I followed him into the depths of hell.
Follow him to the depths of hell.
But we get a great moment where basically Buggy. There was this small moment in Thriller Bark where Luffy was taking a bunch of treasure from like a pile, and he goes, "Ooh, a wristband! I like it!" And he put it on his arm, and it was like, okay, why'd you have to point that out?
That's
I
just
remember you even said, "Why'd you have to
I
point
was
that
just
out?"
like, okay.
And then
moving on.
here, that wristband! It's the map to Captain John's treasure.
What?
And that's when
The
Buggy
bargaining
goes
chip.
like, "I'll help you," oh, I'll trick him. I'll help him, and then I'll steal the wristband. It'll be brilliant. You said that out loud. This is a treasure thing? Oh, here you go.
It's not the One Piece, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's not the One Piece, and also you're helping me out, so here you go. And
Buggy's
Buggy
just
begins to cry. He's too pure.
My morality is conflicting.
But just that moment of he's too pure. God damn it, is so funny. And so that is when Buggy ends up helping out Luffy.
That's
And
when
so
they join forces to go deeper
Kinda,
into
sorta.
Impel Down.
I'll say kinda sorta. Because most of the arc, he's not really helping out much. He's giving some context, but otherwise he's kind of fulfilling his own goals.
Yeah.
Which, hey,
Is to get out of there.
yeah.
Which soon becomes everybody's goal, so...
So, what's at the bottom of level 1? Oh, the only way to get through level 1 is to deal with, the Razor Glass Forest.
Yeah, which is a place that
I still feel like
is the worst.
it started off so strong with that. Like, to show how much of hell this place is. The fact that the first level of hell is a razor glass forest.
Yeah.
and you're
That show's
literally
messed
just
up.
like
Yeah.
going insane with the amount of blood loss that you're having.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
The way they described
And
it,
that's just
holy
the first
shit.
level, man.
That's number 1!
They easily get through and manage to jump down. We also get a very cool thing that every character that's featured gets a little more descriptive of their power.
Oh,
And I liked that.
Yeah, with Buggy's, how
Yeah.
he has like some like he has
He's a
an
range
invisible-
limit.
a range
Like, we've
limit
seen he's able to fly.
and as long as his feet are like close to the ground, like
Touching the ground.
like touching the ground, then he's able to like float and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, if somebody's carrying it, then he can follow them around.
Yeah.
Like he's stuck to them basically. Like he's always grounded to his feet. That's
Yep.
what it is.
He's a certain amount of range, but from within that that radius, he can move however the hell he wants.
So it's also very interesting when he had his adventure when he didn't have most of his body parts, just like how crazy that is.
Yeah, he had to be tied to it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only had his feet, right? His feet and hands.
He had his feet, his hands, and his head.
Yeah.
And that was it. You gotta love that little image.
I can't use the bathroom!
Wait, then where the hell would his body go?
Well, it's wherever it was.
Oh god, I remember there was a whole thing about where it was. Oh, he was with the crew!
Yeah, the crew had it.
That's right, he got separated from the crew, and the crew had his body parts.
We had the best parts of you, boss. What does that mean?
Is that why I felt really good sometimes?
And accidentally shit myself, and then all of a sudden I felt myself getting cleaned up, and I was like, what the hell?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, they had to take care of him.
How
right?
often do you think they had to feed him?
Well, no, they couldn't.
He would eat, and they would just clean him. They would just clean him up. They would clean up whatever mess he had. Like, Captain shitting!
Put him on the poop deck!
Put his butt overboard!
Can you imagine how horrifying it is? Just the image of just like him eating some food way off like some other island, and then all you see from the body is just. It's like, oh, Captain's eating again.
He's eating. Set the timer.
Set the timer.
Or else whoever's on the list is gonna have to clean him up. Where my pets go?
This is a weird discussion.
It is, and I love it.
But anyway,
To the second level.
second level. It is the Beast Hell, basically.
Where a bunch of animals are like some crazy monsters are just going after people and like ripping them apart, torturing them, a bunch of crazy stuff.
This is where we also get to mention some of the wardens, or like some of the higher ups of these levels.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like this is a good point to mention it because they show up a little later, but I want to mention that there's one, there was the Sphinx.
Oh yeah.
Like that was one of the higher ups of this
Which
level.
it's
that
more
was
of
the Guardian.
It's more of a lion like focused thing.
Yeah.
And it stays around for a long while.
Yeah, it stays around for a while. It becomes basically a part of the plot of like an obstacle.
Yeah.
But other than that, there was also, I want to mention it here because I feel they're related more to this level, as opposed to where they're introduced. The Beast Guardian folks, including the Minotaur.
Oh yeah, the like torture, the experiments from that one lady.
They weren't experiments.
They weren't. Wait, I thought they were experiments.
Nope, they were. Yeah, you think that they'd be experiments because they were like following that one lady. Nope. In truth, what it was they were Zoan users.
Oh yeah, they had
Specifically, it is mentioned later on that they are awakened Zoan users.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, do you know what the term awakened would mean?
That they got out of bed this morning?
I'll kill you. I'll kill you. But, no, basically, when it comes to the term awakened, when it comes to devil fruits, it just means that you're basically supercharged. Your abilities are more
You've gotten
powerful.
so accustomed to it, so used to it, that there is another level that you have achieved.
You haven't seen Paramecia or Logia type awakenings yet. We won't tell you what happens there. But with a Zoan, we don't fully know yet what an awakened Zoan is like.
Damn it, we're still in the dark!
I mean, yeah, because in all fairness, how would you describe that right now? My best,
It would just be
best guess is that it is the perfect mix of your fruit.
No, I think it's
True.
just. I think it's just you become the most powerful version of the animal.
Yeah,
Right?
I think
Because
Chopper had a forced awakening.
a forced awakening. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think Monster Point is a forced awakening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
can
Chopper
believe that.
being the scary monster thing is very much a temporary. He gets to 100% power basically.
No,
Yeah.
I think Chopper like awakened. Chopper's awakened Devil Fruit has to be a Dragon Ball Z character, or it's just Saitama.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Saitama. He just becomes Saitama.
In all fairness, all it is just the human fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would just become like an Olympia bodybuilder or something.
Yeah. But
Which he kind of has done. Some of his rumble points.
oh yeah.
Some of his rumble balls give him like hella muscle and some like the clover or the.
There are questions when it comes to his fruit of some people have asked before of like, hey, so when it comes to the human fruit, if a human ate it, what would happen? And I think the statement was basically that if a human ate the fruit, they would just be the perfect human.
Right.
And like the perfect athletic build human kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also interesting to like when hearing that and going, okay, but now look at who has it. A little reindeer man.
And his most common form that we see him in is in the human reindeer mix.
Yeah.
Is in the mix.
I've got something incredible to mention. I forgot to mention this. So somebody shared this video. I thought it was so fucking cool. Of basically it mentioned what was the whole thing with Chopper when when it came to trying to heal Dr. What was his name?
Hiruluk.
Dr. Hiruluk. What was he trying to find? Do you remember?
It was
The
To
mushroom.
heal him.
the mushroom that cures all illnesses.
Yes. Want to guess what the Hito no Mi looks like? The human fruit?
It looks like the mushroom.
It's
It's
a
a mushroom.
mushroom.
It's a mushroom. Oh!
A-
Oh my
dead.
you know, a mushroom that can heal any illness.
Oh.
AKA Chopper.
Ah.
Isn't that awesome?
Ah, that's cute.
Once again, some of the small details.
Yeah, I see that every time I look up.
Oh my god, I
Wait,
love
wait,
it so much.
Wait a second, I just confused myself. Look up. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Oh, you should be scared.
I have several questions.
Human!
No, look at looks in front of me.
Yeah, the
Oh,
human
above
human.
me.
Yeah.
It's a freaking light.
Oh, but anyway.
Would it just be this? His awakened fruit.
That's what it should be. God, is that what he looks like in the time skip?
No, it's
An
a joke
exaggeration?
moment. It's a joke moment.
Okay. Because if that's what his human form looked like, his regular human
You'd be
form looked-
pissed.
I would be so mad.
I like that his man form. He's like super buff upper body, and then he has toothpicks for legs.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that's what it is of like remember there's all those different forms.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be that like one of them is like him just full on strength, and then another one is just like full on
Him, but
speed.
he's fat.
But
him, but he's an abusive.
Oh, but
bringing it back to Impel Down.
God! Level 2.
I missed that, and I'm glad.
We see all these different prisoners, and they are kind of refusing to escape because of the fact that there's
No escape?
so many dangerous animals on this level.
And what do they have? Like, they have to go up, and what's up to them? The Razor Forest?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that ends up happening is one of the prisoners they end up encountering that can help them to escape,
Is Mr.
Mr. 3, aka the user of the wax fruit.
What was his name again?
I don't know.
Mr. 3.
That's all that we know.
Yeah.
That's all that I know, because he has a giant 3
The
on his head.
wax man.
Wax.
Yeah, Mr. 3. The
He
wax
Mr.
man.
Wax on, wax off.
And so yeah, that is the point when we get to kind of get a better picture of this entire arc. We're going to be meeting old enemies.
His name is Galdino.
I forgot it was Galdino!
Galdino.
I forgot!
That's hilarious.
But, so, Galdino joins the crew, and ends up, he doesn't do much, but basically his main thing is just, I can add a level of support based on my wax fruit.
But
And also I know more about these levels.
Oh, and yeah, and bringing it back to what type of devil fruit is it that he has?
Which one?
The wax.
Oh, the wax fruit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's paramecia.
That means that he doesn't create wax.
It's weird.
That means he is wax.
He is wax.
No.
But
He
I
would
wanna
he
connect
would
that.
be wax if it was Logia. He is able to create but not become wax.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because he's the same as Magellan, right?
Yeah,
And that's
Magellan can.
That's the thing. That
Oh
we
yeah, the
forgot
pun
to-
with him.
that we forgot is that he has the poison fruit that he's able to like do a bunch of crazy stuff with poison, but he's not made out of poison,
So he's
So-
not totally immune to it.
so he's not immune to his own poison. And there's a constant joke with him that his poison, that the way that it affects him is that it gives him diarrhea.
And his alias is Diarrhea Man.
Yeah. No, I love the way he describes it of like, I'm a poison man. I've got to eat poison, right? And it's like, no! You're not
Why
made
is
of poison, which means you're still prone to it. Just less so. I love that.
Sorry.
But
Just less so.
But yeah, like those two, I feel so bad for. Like that style of devil fruit, I feel
Powerful, but has a weakness.
has a weakness. I just feel so bad for them.
Do you know why they had to do that for Magellan?
Magellan.
The reason why is because he'd be way too overpowered if he didn't have that.
It's One Piece.
Yeah! It's
You know
One
who-
Piece.
You know who else has a devil fruit that kind of just gives him no weaknesses?
Blackbeard.
Luffy.
That too.
Yeah.
Except for swords.
Yeah, except
Yeah,
for swords.
He can get cut. He can get cut, but he can't.
Well,
he can tank physical hits.
That was my favorite thing of the fact that the first two devil fruits we end up seeing are perfect counters for each other. Of one that's immune to cuts and one that's immune to bludgeoning. While that's the weakness for vice versa.
Bludgeoning.
Buggy can absolutely get blunt force trauma.
Yeah, he can get blunt force trauma. While Luffy, he gets hit with a club and it's like, ooh, look, I made that shape on my face. But anyway, level 2, we get all these different enemies that are trying to stop them from moving forward, trying to put them back in their jail cells, and they end up bursting through the floor using the Sphinx.
Yeah, and like a crazy fight with the Sphinx. They crash through the ground and land in level 3.
Level 3.
Also known as Alabasta 2.0.
Yep, desert hell.
Yep.
We got desert hell. And so they're trying to find a way to escape desert hell. And Luffy gets separated from his two allies. And just running around crazy, trying to figure out how to get down. And as he's running around, the other two end up encountering a collection of cells with a very special individual in one of them.
Bon Clay.
Bon Clay has returned to us. And he ends up talking to the other two. Just like, oh, what are you two doing here? And they say like, oh yeah, no, we came with that Straw Hat Boy.
Straw Hat Boy!
Straw Boy!
And even though he is stuck in the desert hell, Bon Clay is still singing and dancing and having a merry good time.
Yep. Don't worry, I'll go save Straw Boy myself. And he runs off, and it's such a good moment where, like, Zorro shows up to help out Luffy, and it's like Zorro's back!
I can't believe it!
Zorro knocks out the Sphinx
using his
kick, and he goes like, wait a minute, this is weird. And Bon Clay transforms and just goes, it's great to see you again, my friend!
And Luffy and him just go, yes!
Bon Clay! You're alive!
And they have like a good like reunion moment that I love so much.
Such a good moment of just, oh, you're alive! And so he ends up finally getting to see Bon Clay again after having sacrificed himself for Luffy all the way back in Alabasta.
All the way back in Alabasta. This is where Bon Clay has been the entire time.
Yep. I can mention once again, I'll mention some different stuff of like the stuff that you don't see from One Piece. Probably at the end of this episode, I'll start mentioning some stuff.
Okay.
Because like Bon Clay is one of them.
Junsu, what do you think about Bon Clay?
I'm glad that he's back, and I think that him just being the homie that he is.
Yeah.
He is the greatest homie to ever live.
He's a real one. And yeah, like they so the story kind of splits now into Buggy and Mr. 3 going and doing their stuff, and Luffy and Bon Clay doing their stuff.
Specifically, they split up starting in the next level. Because what ends up happening is they get an encounter with one of the those awakened Zoan users I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the cow
which
guy.
is Minotaurus. And Minotaurus, I like the way they do Minotaurus, because he looks goofy as all hell, but then when he actually fights you, is terrifying, because of how strong he is.
Yeah.
Like, that was interesting, the way they did that. They could have just made it a pure joke. But no, he just kept coming back. And so, what ends up happening is they have a fight with Minotaurus, and they break through the ground, and get sent to the next level.
Look at that doofy face!
Yes, he has the goofiest face. And yet, when you see him, is done so well.
And it's just like when he turns around the corner and you're just like,
The moment of, oh god, he's back! It's a moment of, oh god, he's back!
And then
They go to the next level, which is Burning Hell, where it's a furnace. It's a furnace.
Literally a giant furnace level.
Yep, and he doesn't get to join the group, but we do see another character pop up. Sorry, this is 4th level, right? Yes, this is 4th level.
Yes.
We get to see another character who does not join the group yet, but is featured, and it was Mr. 1.
Oh yeah, we get to see Mr. 1, who still has one of my favorite devil fruits, the sword, where he has like the sword where like
It was like a blade fruit, yeah.
Yeah, the outside part of his like arms and like other parts of his body.
Yeah, he can
gets a
create
sword.
blades on his body.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. We get to see him for just a shorter period of time, and then all hell breaks loose because Magellan finally shows up.
He finally gets off the toilet.
He finally shows up. Previously, what had been happening is he was giving a small tour to Boa Hancock, and ended up bringing her down to Ace's level, and a bunch of different prisoners down there were yelling obscenities towards Boa, and he was getting pissed. which show I did like the way they showed he wasn't just pure evil.
Yeah, Magellan.
Magellan.
Well, yeah, he's a warden. Why would he be pure evil?
Yeah, well, mind you,
World government.
that's one thing I like. Okay, this is a thing I've said before. Okay, I had this thought while watching Star Wars as opposed to One Piece.
Uh-huh.
The way that Star Wars shows off the Empire is that everyone is evil.
Yeah,
Everyone is evil. If you're
They're
tied
Nazis.
to, yeah, they're Nazis. That's why.
that's the reference.
If you're a part of the Empire, you're evil.
Uh-huh.
That is just a baseline fact of the
Right.
show,
Right.
of the series. One Piece, if you're a Marine, that doesn't inherently mean that you are evil. It just means that you're working for a corrupt
System.
organization.
And you aren't exactly aware of his corruptness.
Yeah, Smoker. Smoker was not an evil individual. He was just doing his job.
Garp.
Garp.
Garp is not an evil individual. Kobe and Helmeppo.
He's just Joseph's Joestar.
Yeah, basically.
But all these different characters, we meet them, and they're not evil people.
Yeah,
they are
a lot
just
of-
working as the villains.
A lot of the Marines do have a legitimate sense of justice.
Yeah.
But you also see Marines who are aware of their power and of their position in the
Yeah.
world and who abuse that power.
Funny enough, you don't see as many Marines. You see it more the higher you go, basically.
Yeah,
Right,
the
right.
high
Like, the
ranks
higher
of
you
the-
go, the more you see more corrupt individuals. Like,
That one dude in Sanji's introduction arc.
Sanji's introduction arc. That one guy, like, he was a bastard. But remember, later on, he reappeared, and now he is chilled out.
Right. Or
They just
in
needed
fact,
to be-
in fact, he even made. Okay, that's something. I'm
needed to
so
be-
happy. I am so damn happy you mentioned him because
Who's that
he
again?
had the guy from that story. He shows up in one of the cover stories, and he has the most fun cover story. Cause guess who joins him in the cover story? Django, aka the Michael Jackson dude from Usopp's story.
this is my favorite part.
Yes. Whoever that is.
It's from Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
He's from-
Okay.
He's from Phantom Hourglass.
But
From Lord of Azor.
so to tell you what happens is basically Django, he shows up and he's trying to escape the Marines because he was abandoned by his crew by accident.
By accident.
Yes, very much by accident. Dude, he fell asleep and then realized that the ship was leaving. He was gonna try to sneak out of the island, but got his ass kicked by the kids. So the Usopp pirates doing their job. He ended up leaving the island, and one thing that ended up happening is he passed by a certain ship of Axe Hand Morgan. Remember how Axe Hand Morgan escaped from Helmeppo and Kobe?
Yeah.
That little ship, he passed by Django. He just so happened to have passed by.
Interesting.
Afterwards, he landed on an island and encountered that Marine that Sanji beat up. And they ended up hanging out, and they started becoming friends.
I just like how in One Piece, it always happens where these random two people meet. Like, just pick a number between 1 and 50.
1 in 5,000.
And then pick a number between 50 and 5,000. And whatever two characters you come out with, just become friends.
Yeah.
And then come back and become super great characters, like Mr. 3 and Buggy. How they just randomly just come together and end up being really good friends.
It's the Goku effect.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is he encounters them. They become kind of friends through a conversation, but then he decides he's going to start leaving. But pirates end up attacking that island, and so the Marine, he's trying to fight him back. He's struggling, and Django runs up and saves him, and gets rid of the pirates. And so he's about to leave, and he says, like, no, I can't stay with you. I'm a pirate. You're a Marine. We can't have our friendship last.
Our love can never be.
And so he pulls out his, it's this actual sad moment where he pulls out his
Smallest
ring,
violin.
and he goes, I'm going to make it so that we both forget each other.
Aw.
So that we don't have to struggle with this. And on the count of 3, and right before he counts down, they both see that woman that was with Smoker, the pink-haired woman,
Yeah.
with the
Bul-
shackle power. Remember
With
she had that.
Smoker?
remember it was the pink-haired woman with that shackle power who fought Bon Clay.
Oh, her.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
see her
They
in
both saw her and went, wait, hot lady, let's be Marines! And they became her cabin boys.
Let's
I'm-
go.
The last image of their cover story, the last image of their cover story is them with mops as they're dancing together.
Yes. Good.
Because that's how they became friends,
Yes.
through dance.
So back to Impel Down.
I'm so glad you mentioned him because I love mentioning that kind of stuff with One Piece.
So back to Impel Down.
So Impel Down, we're in the Burning Hell, and
This is kind of like a
Magellan shows up.
Yeah, this is when the entire force of the security force of the prison finally like steps in and goes to stop Luffy and everybody.
And they almost succeed.
Yeah,
because
because-
holy cow, Magellan almost kills Luffy
Yep, Magellan's
using his
power
poison.
is so
Broken.
broken that
It's contact poison, and Luffy can only hit him.
Luffy can
Luffy.
is the only one that can like the only way that he can do anything is by punching Magellan. And what does it do? It poisons him.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, who's the one person that's able to find Luffy and after abandoning
No! That's the thing. He didn't immediately find him. What happened
Luffy, he
is
left.
he was so badly poisoned that everybody just realized, yeah, he's gonna die soon. So what they did was they just basically dumped him in the fifth hell,
In-
which is frozen hell,
Yeah, frozen. It's a frozen, barren wasteland.
and
Except
they leave him in there.
for
We'll get to that.
oh, you.
Oh, I know. But
You killed my momentum.
oh no, I
I'll
gotta
kill you.
mention this.
I'll kill you.
Of Bon Clay was so disappointed in himself for the fact that he left his friend, and so the moment he saw Buggy and Mr. 3, first off he saved them because they got their ass handed to him by Hannibal, and they ended up joining forces again and made their way to the fifth level, and he trekked through ice and wolves to
Yeah,
go
the
save
wolves.
Luffy.
Yes, the wolves. They had to like so. It's a barren ice wasteland, and the only things that are there are the wolves. And the wolves had to be here because if they were in the second level with all the other
They'd
animals,
kill everyone
they would have
else.
killed them all. That's a statement that I was not prepared for.
Real quick, there they are. No, you know the funniest part about that moment, by the way, with Django? Like the moment where they became friends? One way that he tried to hide himself, took off his glasses.
Oh shit! Who are you?
Yeah. When Django took off his glasses,
No, sir. Like,
he has heart-shaped eyes.
who are you? Oh hey, Duke.
Django has heart-shaped eyes.
Hey Duke, when did you get here?
Like, dude, look up Django's eyes. Like, I want to see if you could find the image where he shows off his eyes. Because I laughed so hard when I first saw that. The eyes. There it is. Look at his eyes.
The heart shape. They look like an Among Us character.
The heart shaped like his fucking glasses. Holy shit! Only Oda could do that, man. And his
that
eyebrows are
great?
also shaped like fucking hearts.
He's like an Among Us character.
So good. I wish that became a special episode. But anyway, so a lot of stuff happens. We get to see Luffy, and he's dying from the poison. He's
Oh,
not
fully-
just getting hurt. He's screaming, dying,
He's full of
Poison.
and
poison.
he's blind at this point from the poison. And every prisoner around him is just like, this guy's got no hope. Like, he's going to die soon. And so Bon Clay
But
breaks in, grabs him, and previously we saw that he mentioned that his goal is to find a person by the name of Ivankov. Because Ivankov is a miracle worker.
and it's
capable
the
of
Queen of
sav-
Queens.
The Queen of Queens, capable
Queen
of
of
saving
Queens.
any person. Oh yeah.
No,
they
he's-
say the
he's-
Queen of Queens in the dub.
That's fucked
You
up.
wonder why.
But he's the queen of queers.
Yes. Yeah, no, dude, I know. Dude, okay. That is one thing. I would like to mention this.
He's a man in
of-
full drag.
It's interesting that when it comes to One Piece and the dub, there's a lot of changes they make. One thing I want to mention when it comes to One Piece and the dub is back in Alabasta, they changed a lot of stuff when it came to Bon Clay's character. Like, it was implied, obviously, looking at Bon Clay, but they changed a lot, including the fact that on his back, when he's wearing the swan outfit, is the kanji for what's he called in Okama, right?
Okama, yeah, Okama. I think it just means queer in
Yeah.
Japanese.
The kanji for that word is on his back. They changed that to a swan symbol in the dub.
Okay.
And they changed a lot of it. That's one thing. Obviously, when stuff comes to the West, they like to get rid of stuff that implies that stuff.
They shy away from it a bit more.
Like, obviously, there's the famous one of Sailor Moon, the cousins.
Yeah, the cousins.
Yeah, the two that were in a relationship, and like in
What?
the dub. Basically, in Sailor Moon, there are two characters that were in a relationship in the original series. That when they dubbed it, they made them cousins. So made
They
it
are
very
not
awkward.
Cousins. They are
And
not
it's like,
cousins.
No, they're not.
They'd rather show us what it's like in Alabama
They made it one
than
step
Portland.
worse. I was gonna say they made it one step worse.
They made it incest.
Like, they still kept some of the scenes of them being very close, but gave it like, yeah, they're cousins. That's why they're so close. It just made it weird.
Then you go, oh God.
Yeah. Meanwhile, when it came to One Piece, back in Alabasta, they left a lot of stuff out.
With Bon
Like,
Clay.
when it came to Bon Clay, like,
There's literally a scene of them like
they're
walking.
girls and cousins too!
Holy fuck! Another example of the West not being so cool with queer folk is the character Sheik.
Oh,
Yep.
So the whole
Yep.
conception of Sheik, right? So in the original Ocarina of Time, the whole point is that Zelda turns into a dude to hide. Turns into a dude and a different race of people to hide from Ganondorf.
Yeah, fully becomes a member of the Sheikah.
With magic. She uses magic. But the development team didn't think the West would be cool with that. So they just over time they just slowly made Sheik like just an alias of Zelda's. She's just it's still just Zelda.
That Zelda just dresses up as Sheik.
Yeah.
It's still Zelda, but she's using the Sheikah garbs and everything. But she's still like it's just plain old regular Zelda.
But
originally Zelda changed from her white skin to darker skin with red eyes, and shorter hair, more masculine build, wider shoulders, narrower hips, the usual.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, very slowly they started making
Phased
Sheik.
it out.
They started making Sheik more and more feminine, looking more like Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
that he was just like a female.
Yeah, it's
Couldn't
basically a problem that happens of trying to bring stuff from Japan over to here, that they gotta censor it in ways that it won't upset American audiences.
Yeah.
I'll say
Meanwhile,
that becomes interesting because when it comes to One Piece, I really like the way they do this because obviously it could have been taken very poorly, the joke with Sanji previously, because remember he went to basically the Okama Island where it was full of cross-dressing individuals, and it was mentioned there that like it was places
That
that
there
made
is
it
a
as a joke.
people.
It was made as a joke.
that it was like that, but it still brought up the idea that there's that these people are in the One Piece world.
Yeah, well, that would seem very, very much a messed up episode because of like the fact that it's kind of played as a joke. But then you've got these episodes. I mention Ivankov. Ivankov, I'll mention him just a second. Of basically what ends up happening is Bon Clay has a very cool moment where he basically pulls a Drum Island Luffy in this moment of dragging him through the snow to find somewhere safe.
Doing everything
Find Ivankov. And
meanwhile, Buggy and Mr. 3 are trying to
Live.
survive from the wolves.
yeah.
It's not working.
Current objective: survive.
and you cannot complete that objective.
What ends up happening is Bon Clay gets attacked by wolves while trying to protect Luffy. Luffy wakes up for a moment while he's trying to protect, while Bon Clay is trying to protect him, and uses hockey to knock out the wolves.
Yep. Another instance.
Luffy uses hockey in that moment with the wolves.
Luffy goes,
Get away from my friend! And it's very cool, that moment, but at the same time, you're looking at it as like, he's going to die soon.
Yeah.
And so, as they're stuck in the snow dying, the assistant of Ivankov ends up showing up and saves Luffy and Bon Clay.
A miracle.
And Luffy ends up finally getting the treatment that he needs. And Bon Clay gets his raps and helped out as much as necessary, and is left to rest. And holy cow, the way they showed it off was so good.
That
Like
Bon Clay
just
wakes
his
up.
moment of heroism with Bon Clay.
Yeah.
Of like, once again, it is that moment is like a moment of sacrifice that I relate to the moment with Luffy in Drum Island, where he climbed one of the mountains to save Nami and Sanji.
Yeah.
That moment and Bon Clay's moment, I feel, are intrinsically tied.
The drive of those two characters are so similar with their friends.
Yeah.
That they just
It went from
go above and beyond.
It went from making Bon Clay a good character to a great character.
To an honorary Straw Hat.
Yeah. That made him Nakama
When you
status.
save the captain, you become an honorary.
It gave him Nakama status.
when you and the captain and the deer and the idiot are dancing together and singing, you're not gonna.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you are.
More.
So, we get to see... We get to see what it is that... Basically, it is level... I think it was described as level 5.5.
Yeah.
Which is like an in-between level, where specifically it was tunnels dug out by a previous occupant of Impel Down, who managed to dig out all these tunnels and then leave. Though it is mentioned, not escape.
Not escape. It
Just leave.
left.
Yeah. That I find interesting. Like, still to this day. Because, like, once again, I mentioned this previously to Mayhem. There's only one other person who's escaped from Impel Down. And it's mentioned who it is.
Really?
Yes. Specifically, it is...
Goldie Roger.
No, the movie villain. That came out around that same time. Shiki the Golden Lion. I will show you an image of what he looked like, but he is now a canon character.
Because he's because he was like the first person to escape.
He was the rival to Gold Roger, essentially.
You mean Rocks the...
No.
Rocks D off.
Get your Rocks D off.
Get your Rocks D off my ass!
Get off
Behold.
D-Lord!
Here he is. Shiki the Golden Lion. Oh, there you go. See?
Yes, very interesting.
Where's
Of
his
the
legs?
Golden Lion Pirate.
Oh, you don't got legs.
Yeah, no. He ain't got no legs.
I
He went to the-
feel like that's what he had to give up in
I
order
think-
to escape.
I think he's in floor 1. I think he was in floor 1.
Yeah. But anyway, we get to see it is this level has been named Newcama Island. Was it New Newcama Island?
Yeah, it was New Newcama.
Yeah. Which basically is a reference to the island that Ivankov is from. Which, funny enough, is the island that Sanji's on.
Yep.
So that's funny.
So it turns out that that all of those people were managed to get their own like safe haven place in this hell of a prison.
Yep. Other than that, when it came to the portrayal of Newcama, the Kingdom of Newcama is a safe haven for all the queer folk of the prison. That is the way it's described.
And
And
everybody
I
else
find
who-
that so interesting.
It was like set up just a little bit before we find it that like all the guards are just like people are randomly disappearing into the walls and stuff like that. We think that there's a demon or a ghost around, and it's like nope.
We get to finally meet Ivankov, And who does Ivankov look like?
Oh, why did I blank on it? Just say it, Duke.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yes.
Huh?
He looks like Tim.
Yeah, he does.
From Rocky Horror Picture.
Yeah.
No, I know, but the surprise on your face for a moment of like, huh? Tim Curry?
No,
Tim Curry?
I already knew about the reference, but I forgot who Tim Curry was. I thought when he said Curry, I was thinking of the basketball players. I was like,
And the
No, but
voice,
just imagine for a second of just like Ivankov pops out and it's just what was it, Steph Curry, right?
yeah.
And it's just Steph Curry, just hey guys, it's me, Ivankov. And it's like, yeah, let's go ahead and ball. Let's go. It's like, wait, what?
But,
I thought you were the Queen of Queens. Yeah, I do that on the side.
Yeah, do that on the side. But and the voice for Ivankov is reminds me so much of Weird Al.
Oh, so much. Which, by the way, somebody said this. Imagine if Weird Al was the voice of Mario.
imagine if Pennywise
That would have been really fun.
Oh god.
was Buggy's friend.
Tim Curry.
It's like a Scooby-Doo,
Oh my God,
like a Scooby-Doo movie. It's
Wait,
like,
what
Tim Curry?
What if Ivankov actually interacted with Buggy? Had like special interactions about that. Tim Curry.
Oh god.
You got Pennywise. You got Rocky Horror Pictures. It's so funny, dude. I love the little reference.
That's the perfect face when he did it.
And
That's so weird.
we get to see what Ivankov's power is at that moment
Is
as
the,
well.
the hormone fruit?
Yeah. Horm fruit.
Horm.
I have to specify that. I need to specify my words when I say the name of the fruit. Because the previous translation of Ivankov's fruit was awful. Yeah, no, I want you to click on Ivankov, like, the link to the, like, fandom page, basically.
Horu Horu no Mi.
Yeah, in Japanese, it's like the Horu Horu. Meanwhile, you ought to check out one of those translations of the fruit.
I shouldn't look. I should not look. I should not be looking at anything.
No, you should not.
You know what's funny? So in Japanese, when you add "o" to the start of something, it kind of means great.
Yeah.
So this dude's his name is Okama, but the "o" isn't enunciated. Actually,
Okama.
it kind of is. It kind of is. It depends. But when you Okama, that means his name means great gay king.
Yeah. Yes.
All right then.
But click on the fruit.
Where is it?
Click on the more tab. Yeah.
Still not
Oh,
looking.
wait,
It's only saying the
Let me see.
Japanese name. It's not saying.
Let me look it up real quick. Don't worry, I got it linked.
The horror fruit.
There it is. On the One Piece official YouTube channel, they call it the Hor fruit. Hor. That's so unfortunate.
So funny.
Yeah, it's the Horm fruit. And basically, it changes the chemicals inside your body.
Damn, he's 50.
Yeah.
And still got a body like he's 20.
The look that Jinzu gave is the greatest look ever.
Anyways,
so we get to see that ability, and basically Ivankov is saving Luffy currently using those chemicals, and it's brutal. You just hear Luffy screaming.
either he'll die from it or he'll come out of it alive.
Yep, it's one or the other, and so Luffy spends hours basically trying to survive this, and one of the things that ends up happening is Bon Clay, like a true Chad, begins to cheer for him. I know you can do it, strong boy! Strong boy! You can
You
And
can do it!
keeps going.
Now remember, Jinsu.
Remember.
This is
Remember.
funny. Look at this.
I can be your wallpaper!
Dude, when I first saw Ivankov, I was so like confused. I was like, why Why are you wearing that?
What is you?
Why are you wearing that?
What is you? And then you saw more of Ivankov, and you're like, you're a great character. I love you.
And
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the character.
This is the greatest.
He's not just big head. Oh!
He's not just big head. Oh! I love that description.
And then he has the power to make his head even bigger.
But
That's why his head is big
yeah.
all the time.
So
There, you know what they say, big head.
Bon Clay, alongside all the folk, stop it. Alongside all the other folk in Newcoma, end up basically cheering him back to life. Bon Clay then passes out because he's finally allowed to rest. And what ends up happening is it was Ivankov had a talk with Luffy of just like, oh, I don't need to escape this place. Don't worry, eventually I'll escape and rejoin the Revolutionary Army. Oh, you mean my dad's group? Yes, your dad's group. Monkey D. Dragon. Yes, I will rejoin his group and...
Your dad's what?
Your dad.
And Ace is your brother?
Your dad.
You're who?
Your monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D. Poofy.
So, and he just looks at him so... And just in his head, that's the son of Dragon.
Of my boss.
He's trying to save his brother. Ace Dragon.
I guess Ace is also Dragon's son.
And just run and like it goes, okay, got it. So I'm joining your group.
Yeah, so
let's
we're
go.
working together
It's like,
now.
hey, can you prove it? Looks at him certain way. Damn, I believe you. Let's go.
Can you prove it? How the fuck is he supposed to prove that Monkey D. Dragon is
Certain
dead?
looks.
He's my dad.
Certain looks. That's how. But yeah. So they make their way to Ace, and meanwhile, this entire time, Ace has had one person alongside him.
He's had a cellmate who is the last member that I know joins the Straw Hats. Jinbei, a fishman.
First son of the sea.
A fishman that was a warlord for the world government, but he rejected the world government and became like a
pirate.
Became a pirate once again, and him and Ace were talking back and forth and like talking about their morals and values and stuff like that, and it was basically Oda just preparing us for Luffy and Jinbei talking.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be some of my favorite moments.
Yep. Ace, this entire time had been losing hope, but then, after Hancock showed up, she mentioned the fact that that Luffy was coming to save him.
Luffy's coming to save
him. And
you.
so, don't show him. Don't show him stuff. Don't show him stuff.
Don't show me, what is it? Spoilers!
Afro Luffy!
The most strongest form of Luffy.
But,
right next to poisoned,
God,
almost
wait,
dying
just...
Luffy.
Okay, no, it's not.
Still look away. Still turn away!
I'm not looking.
Yeah, no, just don't look this way.
I'm not looking.
But, basically what ends up happening is, Ace begins to get transferred to Marineford. And as he's being transferred to Marineford, Jinbei that entire time had been like, basically, if there was any way that I could prevent this, I would. And like saying, Whitebeard is a good friend to my people. I would do anything to help you and him. And he's like, yep, I know. And he starts leaving. He tries to fight back at one point, but he's not able to. And so he's just like, screw it, let's just go. And so starts heading on off to Marineford. As he's heading to Marineford, a certain other person is making his way into the prison.
Yeah, so somebody went,
Let's go to prison.
Another chance. He's your Blackbeard.
Yep. Blackbeard's making his way into the prison. And as that's happening, a small note that I forgot to mention, but it was just really cool for him to suddenly just pop up. Also in level 6, alongside Ace and Jinbei, is... Crocodile.
Just full on, just like...
Mr. Zero himself, Crocodile. Yeah, real quick, I want you to look at this image and see where each of them are from. Very much.
So I know all of these except for this one, except for
Austria.
Brooks. Oh, Austria.
He's
okay,
Austrian.
okay.
And Jinbei?
Jinbei is Indian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me find the video. I just saw it today.
I love that you can go the full mile.
I can.
I wonder why.
No, I'm saying usually it'd just be some like random throwaway joke, but you go like the full mile. And...
That is my favorite. One of my favorite sounds ever. Just somebody just singing that song.
Jinbei now. Anytime he does his kung fu, his fisherman kung fu. Sorry, Jordan.
Luffy makes it to level 6 alongside Ivankov, finds out that Ace
He's already gone.
Already gone. So
they took him back.
has to make his way to Marineford now. And the moment he got there, Jinbei was like, "Quick! If you go that way, you can maybe catch him. We're stuck. Let me join you.
Please let me out."
And just like, oh man, how are we gonna escape? Crocodile!
Sorry, I just thought of a really good joke.
I thought of a really good joke.
Yeah.
Also, hey Mugiwara, let's go.
Definitely the best part about Impel Down are the recurring old villains from previous arcs who now get to team up with Luffy, and we get to see more about them and shit.
Yeah.
We get the craziest thing of now we have the new group of Jinbei, first son of the sea, Crocodile, a former warlord who almost destroyed Alabasta. You've got Ivankov, Queen of Queens.
Mr. 1, Mr. 3.
They're not there yet. But they're making their way basically.
Yeah, I want to say everybody.
Mr. 1, 2, 3, and Crocodile.
Oh yeah, we forgot. Buggy this entire time is starting a rebellion in the prison.
He's getting all of the this is when they've already split up, and Buggy has full on inspired the masses of the prisoners to rise up and break out.
Yeah, and
so it's all culminating together. Everybody just being like, well, now that everybody's out, let's go!
And so they start making their way.
And unfortunately, Blackbeard and Magellan and...
The forces are gathered. They're making their way to level, what was it, 3?
Yeah.
Or no, level 4, I believe. Which was Burning Hell.
Yeah.
They make their way to the Burning Hell and encounter Magellan again. And they get messed up once again. Luckily, they survive, but a certain other person ends up showing up. And that happens to be Blackbeard himself.
Yeah, Blackbeard
finally shows up. And it's such a cool moment. The revelation for Luffy of, that's the man that took my brother. As Jinbei was the one to say, "Are you? Do you still go by Teach, or are you going by Blackbeard nowadays?" Yeah. And 1,000-yard stare Luffy of just
the realization.
This
son
of
the
a
guy!
bitch.
The one who told me about dreams never dying is the one I want to die!
And just looking up and going, huh.
The one that likes that cherry pie.
That son of a bitch that liked the cherry pie! He didn't like the alcohol! That's it! And they end up having a small interaction, but it's like, I don't even care. I'm going and saving my brother. Get the hell out of my way.
And Blackbeard's just like, alright.
Alright then. And so they end up splitting off, and while Luffy is escaping, Ivankov ends up getting kind of messed up from a fight with Magellan. And meanwhile, in the back, I think Blackbeard almost died because of Magellan.
Yeah, that due to Magellan's overpoweredness is still Blackbeard still bring down even Blackbeard.
Yeah, Blackbeard really walked into Impel Down thinking that he was gonna rule the freaking prison. But oh, it's Magellan's.
And
Magellan's.
There's a reason why he's the warden.
Mind you, we still got a pretty insane little moment of oh yeah, the dark fruit didn't help him. You know, the thing that's built to counter all devil fruits.
Yeah, even compared, even the counter to all devil fruits had nothing compared to the poison fruit.
Yeah.
Long range Hydra poison dragon death.
Yeah.
Just death.
Yeah. And so Luffy is basically trying to get out of there. And meanwhile, Buggy's essentially got his army.
Yeah,
and so
everybody's just going
everyone's
up.
finally about convening. And they're at the front. And they realize the ships are leaving. We're not going to be able to leave. And so, of all people, Jinbei goes, okay, gather a small group. We're going to make our way to one of the ships. And we're going to take it over. And we're going to bring it over here, okay? And it's like, oh, okay. Who's on your team? Mr. One, the Blade guy, Crocodile, and Buggy. Okay. And they make their way. They capture a ship pretty easily.
It was a really good... I really liked them all working together.
I like how overpowered Jinbei is, by the way.
Showing off
just the moment of, oh, sorry, can't really control my strength when I'm in the water, and just blows a hole in a ship.
Yeah, completely destroys one of them. Like, Jinbei having, like, his moment to show off, like, here's my strength!
Yeah.
And also, like, the little moments him and Luffy have been having, I love.
Yep. And so they make their way back, and or they start making their way back, and they basically say, when we tell you, jump. And it's like, oh, I don't know about that. Like, some of us have devil fruit powers, dude. But they managed to do it anyway, and at the very last second, basically, there was a small skirmish with Magellan. It was the last skirmish with Magellan, where Ivankov managed to make it to the upper floors and escape, but Magellan almost got them because of his final power.
Yeah,
which is the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
Where he turns into just a super poison man and, like, has the most horrifying appearance.
Like, he fully turns into this monster thing that's like, oh, no!
Is it a lot deeper than it is, or is it just a lot simpler than it actually is? Yo, Luffy and Zorro respecting pronouns.
The real ones.
It's not he, it's they.
Quit being insensitive.
Of course it's Nami. Of course!
Anyway, cut him out.
Maybe.
Yes!
Maybe.
But anyway, what ends up happening is Magellan manages to get so close, almost kill them, and they manage to jump and escape on a bunch of whale sharks. That Jinbei called
Summit.
Yeah, that is so funny. That was so damn funny. I'm
He has
sorry.
super strength, the martial arts, and able to swim really
He's
fast.
better than Aquaman.
And is able to talk to fish.
And
He's better
Indian.
than Aquaman.
He's just Aquaman, but better. And he's Indian.
Is this what Aquaman looks like in India? Man, this is awesome. I'm moving.
Instead of
I
awkward,
love
That's how he summons the fish.
instead of Aquaman, it's Dopinder.
Oh my god.
But it's so damn good. And then we get, as they're leaving, they see that the gates of justice are closing on them.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, we're about to die.
Only way out. And it's closing.
Then it starts to reopen.
Oh, wow, that's
And it's
pretty
like,
weird.
yeah, we're all free. It's so good. And like both you and me are just like, yeah. And then we get to hear it.
The reason why.
Where's Bon Clay?
Where has he been this entire time?
And you see in the warden's office, essentially, in like the
control center.
The control center, you see Magellan given orders to open the gate, and then Magellan walks in.
And there's two wardens.
And Bon Clay reveals himself to have been hiding as the warden in order to trick them into opening the gate.
And he breaks the mechanism that would cause it to reclose.
It's revealed that apparently he told Jinbei, don't tell him anything until you guys are gone. because swans never die and they never say goodbye.
And then, but then,
And then Jinbei is the one to say it. But once we leave this gate, you won't be able to contact him.
Yep.
This is your last chance.
This is the last chance for you to speak to him, and they have such like a
heart to heart.
On Clay, I don't want you to leave again like this.
Not like this.
Not again. You saved me again. We can't keep having moments like this. And
it's just he's saving him again, and Luffy is very much rightfully upset. That it's just like, I can't believe you!
Yeah, it's just... What the hell is that?
AI.
Nope.
No?
That's a thing that can happen to people.
Scared.
Double thumbs.
Yeah.
Koala thumbs.
No. Just having an extra thumb.
Koala thumbs.
No.
Look up koala thumbs.
It's just a dude.
It's just a guy, and then
It's
all
a-
of a
it's
sudden,
a- It's an Indian actor named Hrithik Roshan.
Does he play Jinbei?
He kind of looks like Jinbei in this one.
So anyway, what ends up happening is he basically all he wants is for Bon Clay to speak. Like, I want you to assure me that you're alive. Let me know that you're alive. And everyone on the ship starts calling out to Bon Clay. And like only like the more powerful figures on the ship are just sitting back like, let this play out. And Bon Clay is crying his eyes out as he calls out, Straw Boy! And assures him that he's alive.
Yeah.
And then the message cuts out.
And then it cuts out.
And as it cuts out, Bon Clay rears up and prepares to fight Magellan. And it leaves.
And that's where we're left off with. And I just went, Bon Clay's the best character!
Yeah, it was the best moment, because I'm sitting there at night just like, I told you we needed to watch this last episode real quick. And then Mayhem just walks up to me, gets into my face, and goes, Bon Clay is the best character
ever in all of One Piece. He is #1 now.
No, it's not even best of One Piece. Best period.
Like we always talk about how I have that list that's like the Straw Hats, them ranked, and then all of the characters ranked. Bon Clay is now #1 on both.
Yeah, on both. That's a good line. Yeah. And so we get
why
now.
do you keep on looking up
They are
actors?
heading on to.
Don't worry about it.
They are now heading to Marineford.
They're
And
on their
that's
way.
where we're basically left off.
Oh, God.
Oh,
this story.
we also got a message from Marineford of. I still say this is a randomly cool moment from one of the Marines of like, oh, we already know about you guys coming. We know who's on the ship. We know everything about what's going on right now.
Yep.
And don't worry, we know who the top two conspirators of this event were.
It was
Monkey D. Luffy and
Buggy.
Buggy the Clown. And it's like, Buggy the Clown, why out of these warlords and revolutionaries is he the one that gets singled out? Yeah, we kind of left you under the kind of had you under the radar for a while, didn't we? Didn't think much of you. Then we started looking more into your record. Buggy the Clown, aka the apprentice to
Of
Gold
Gold
Roger
Roger.
himself. And everyone just like, what?
This guy
And
has
it's like,
prestige?
yes, and
This
also
guy-
comrade to
To-
Red Hair Shanks.
To Shanks. And like it finally like gets like everything finally about Buggy gets revealed, and
circle.
and he's just like, oh no,
They found me out!
oh no, bro.
They found me out! Oh no!
You know who else flew with Gold Roger? Mom, she was bed bug mates with Gold Roger. What is that thing? What is that thing? Why did you show me a thing? Why did you show me that? Jitsu, what the hell?
So,
That's in my brain now.
and the last few,
Little
like,
guy.
the last little bit that I'm free to mention is just that, like, there were 4 episodes of Friends' whereabouts, but they weren't as important. It was basically just letting you know a little update about, like, what each of those Straw Hats are doing. Of, like, weather science, Nami. Normal science, Frankie. Got Chopper
Surviving.
learning medical science and surviving. You got Usopp getting fat. You got Sanji learning how to wear dresses.
Learning to love himself.
You got Brooke, who is
Still part of the satanic ritual.
still part of a satanic ritual.
Robin, who had the most interesting story.
Robin had the most interesting story of she got saved by the revolutionaries. Shows she's just a part of that now, I guess. Which she wore the best outfit I'd ever seen.
She fell downstairs again.
Robin's mom?
No, Robin.
Oh, Robin.
She fell downstairs again.
Look up Robin Tequila Wolf.
Tequila Wolf. There's your motivation.
Oh my.
There's your motivation.
Oh my. They didn't.
They did not shy. Dude, the anime
This
did
is real?
not
This is
shy.
real?
Yeah.
She's actually. Oda's like, fuck, I have Robin in some prison setting. How can I make this interesting? What if I open her shirt a little bit?
And she ends up joining the revolutionaries.
Yeah, because
So-
she's there with them.
So that was the story of Impel Down.
Oh, there was also Zorro, small thing of basically
He's just hanging out with,
he's hanging out with Perona, and now he's being challenged by
Something.
monsters.
Something.
So, yeah. So that's...
What are these shots, man? What are these shots, bro? Holy fuck.
Some of the greatest things ever.
God. Wait a minute.
Robin dilapidated in a snowy, icy jail cell. It's cold. It's dry.
But she's got to make sure to be...
Her tits gotta be out though.
just, this isn't right. There we go.
Something's not wrong. My cleavage isn't showing.
My character design is all wrong.
My power go symbol isn't up.
But yeah, so
That's the change that happens between... Remember! Time skip. That's where she gets the outfit.
She becomes Power Girl.
Oh,
You get it?
I know about Power Girl.
Do you know what her symbol is?
Just
Some of the noises you make it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's where she learned it!
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Anyway.
Revolution!
Robin loves Straw Hats!
As the
Robin
revolutionaries
loves
are-
Chopper!
Revolutionaries
Robin
are
loves Revolution. Have you seen that?
No,
Why?
Robin's with the revolutionaries. Revolutionaries are chanting "Freedom for the world!" and Robin, "Free the nip!"
Wait,
Okay.
So what exactly is Tequila Wolf?
Oh, it was basically a bridge that was being made by
That's
slaves.
where,
That's the name of the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so characters is the first thing that we got to get into. How did you feel about the characters this season?
A lot of them were very strong brought in, like especially Magellan.
Yeah, you got new characters and you got returning characters.
Search.
Anyway,
Incognito.
No, because you've already not done that.
I was gonna say it's just gonna be all your Instagram now.
I know.
It's just art of the.
It's all Robin.
I need to delete my.
It's
freaking-
all specifically Tequila Wolf Robin.
You need to fix that so badly.
I don't know how. I mean, I do know how, but I don't know how.
You
Anyway.
change your own algorithm.
Anyway, you're looking stuff up.
For science.
But yeah, just Magellan.
Characters, yes.
Magellan coming in and being such a badass and hilarious character at the same time. Which isn't new for One Piece, but is still always good whenever it shows up. And then there's just Bon Clay.
Who became the best character ever.
Yeah, who kind of just stole the scene.
Yeah.
Or not, he stole every
He
scene
stole
he was
every scene he was
in. He
in.
stole every scene he was in, and this was his arc.
And then
I feel-
Ivankov also.
This is one of the best seasons for the fact that it brought in returning characters, made them better,
Made him better.
and also made new characters that still stand on their own.
Yeah. Like
That was the most impressive thing
And
for
like,
me.
and like, it makes so much sense. Why else wouldn't there be previous villains in the prison fucking in the,
main prison.
in the prison arc with the most like highly secured prison in all of One Piece.
that is holding Porcus Diaz. Like
When you think about it, this arc has been hyped up since almost the beginning.
Since
When you think about it, because remember, Jinbei was mentioned towards the beginning.
Jinbei
Yeah,
was,
dude, he was mentioned as they were heading to Arlong.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That he was in the name of all of the fishmen that was being named.
It wasn't naming a bunch. It was just Jinbei.
Well, but
They said Arlong is one of the fishman pirates who are who were controlled by Jinbei, first son of the sea.
He was first mentioned on episode 31 or
31!
chapter 69, page 7.
Episode
By
31!
Yosaka brings him up.
So 31 is when Jinbei was mentioned.
And now he's like technically already
Around episode 400.
450 was like where he like was like fully in with Luffy and them.
Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Wow.
You gotta love it.
That's some serious dedication to comedy.
World building as well.
So
Serious
crazy.
world building.
Only Oda can do shit like that. Only Oda could do it.
I remember
Everyone else just forgets.
somebody said
somehow forgets.
And like that's their whole quirk as a fucking author too. Is I just forgot about it, so I made something new and random and stupid.
Why don't you continue the story that you were just setting up?
I remember there was somebody said in the comments of a video talking about One Piece, they said a good writer can create a short story that tells you a novel, basically. A great writer can tell you a long story that just keeps getting better and doesn't feel stale. And that is Oda.
Yeah, and just keeps
that is One
building
Piece.
up. The One Piece is like when you're watching a building get built.
Yeah, for 30 years.
30 years.
It took them 70 years to make cathedrals, right? Yeah. It takes it back in like Rome and shit. It took him 70 years to make
70
cathedrals.
years, yeah, and there was the one in Florence. Just didn't have the that dome on it. It just didn't have it for a long time because people didn't know how to build it.
Yeah.
Until someone, I can't remember who it was.
Until the Arabs.
No, that's Istanbul. That's Constantinople. That's Florence.
Constantinople.
Until the Arabs.
But when the guy finally like came in, like that building was already built when he was born.
Yeah.
That's how crazy like long ago that like how long that building has been without a dome. But yeah, it's just,
I forgot to mention. Apparently, when it came to Jinbei, I forgot to mention this. Originally he was meant to be the villain that showed up in the Arlong Park arc.
Oh, he was supposed to be the villain?
Yeah, he was supposed to be the villain. He was supposed to be behind the scenes of Arlong.
Oh, so like the master, like a crocodile sort of figure.
Exactly. Well, it was supposed to be a little even more secret. The reason why he was mentioned even. But then he went, nah, I fleshed out Arlong so much that I'm just going to bring him out.
Yeah, I think
Do you know, Crocodile, he actually regrets showing off Crocodile so early.
Nah.
Really?
I know why, but I still think that him...
He feels basically that he brought him out too early. So
he's
now...
such a strong character, you couldn't hold him back that long.
The reason why is because he feels like he put him out so early for Luffy to encounter that it's basically like, wait, he lost to Luffy before gears were even discovered.
Or before Haki was flushed out.
Yeah, so...
And there's also that, like, hidden, like, thing between Crocodile and Ivankov.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
say, so, there are ideas, I gotta say this, apparently, that, because of the fact that one of the main things about hockey is supposed to be the fact that, it's kind of meant to, like, screw with, devil fruit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's an idea that, Crocodile's able to use hockey, but he doesn't, because if he used hockey, he would end up reverting.
What?
That
it would get rid of the devil fruit powers that are in him already.
From
You know,
Ivankov's...
the hormone fruit.
So if Crocodile uses Haki, he would revert back to wherever Ivankov transferred him from.
Yeah. So probably a woman, yeah.
But it wouldn't conflict with his devil fruit, right?
No, not his.
No, not his.
No.
But how would Haki revert him back to a hypothetical woman.
Because it would be like technically like purging his system.
It would be basically knocking out any effect of a devil fruit in him.
That it would be taken as like a negative effect because it would be changing his
Haki
original
does that?
state.
I thought
I'm gonna
We're not there yet, we're
I'm
not
gonna
there
say it without any context. I'm gonna say it without any context. Yes, it has been confirmed that can happen. That when using hockey, it can knock out the effects of negative effects of a devil fruit.
It's devil fruit phobic. Like
Basically,
materials
if
can
you
be
were to
hydrophobic.
focus like your hockey into your body, it would knock out that effect.
Like
it would
so
repel, it would
I'll show
repel.
you.
like Hamon and the
I'm
vampire
gonna show you
powers.
real
like
quick.
plastic and water.
This plastic that disintegrates in water and has been used to make water bottles. Wait a second.
But another character did that. Hockey, gone.
Huh.
Reverted to male. So in other words, it's plausible. That one scene in like chapter 1060 something means that the line about Crocodile is plausible. And that's hilarious.
Yes.
No, actually, the one step further funny, I still say to this day, is people who say that Crocodile is Luffy's mom.
That shit's crazy.
That makes me laugh so
That's
hard.
some Loki stuff right there.
If they do that, you'll know that they did it because you'll hear me from the other side of the house cracking up so hard, harder than I've ever cracked up before. You'll just be sitting there one day playing Destiny or something, Mayhem, and then all of a sudden you'll hear me scream laughing, and it's just like, well, Crocodile is Luffy's mom.
There it is. There it is.
It's basically their idea is that it's either that or he's a celestial dragon.
Ah.
There are some ideas that he might be a celestial dragon.
That escaped from, that didn't want to be part of all that.
Like, he might be from a branch of that family. Because,
Interesting.
reminder, it is families of celestial dragons.
Yeah.
Like, the main three that we saw were all related.
Yeah.
It was the father, son, and daughter.
Yeah.
Anyway, characters, like we said, oh my god, these are great characters. Final thoughts of Impel Down.
This had to be one of the best setup A to B, like A to B, then back to A location places, like location story arcs where it's just like you start at the beginning, that at the top of the prison, you go down and then you go back up. But everything that happens in between there is so goddamn amazing to watch. And all of the characters that come back, the characters that get introduced here, every single one of them are like become so strong in the story, and everything that gets like that this is leading to, this has been like the hype up, like Water 7 style arc for me. That this is just like one of those oh my god sort of things.
Yep.
Sort of arcs. It's just, I cannot wait to watch what's next.
Yeah.
Genju.
Thoughts on Impel Down?
Shut up.
You're not allowed to talk anymore. No.
I would like a fish fillet. And
I'll
a large
take you
soda.
to number 9.
Here's Jinbei on a plate.
He's dead now. He is all thanks to you.
This is all thanks to you. You killed your representation.
Here's Jimbo on a plate.
Ain't that quacking
Here's
crazy?
Jimbo. Here's Jimbo on a plate, Jimbo.
So in Japanese, his name is pronounced Jinbei. Jinbei. And then, but the English pronunciation is Jimbei.
Is there an M or an N in that word?
Both.
I hate you.
The Japanese is N, the English is M. And then there's
It's possible.
there's no I in the Japanese version.
getting me going.
The letter E is pronounced in such a way that it's E, so it's Jinbei, Jinbei, and then Jimbei.
I'm getting me
There's
on the line stick.
There's Jimbei and Jinbei.
I'm gonna start calling him Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Jonathan? What kind of lady?
Neutron.
How do you pronounce the fish man from One Piece? Jinbei? Jinbei? Jonathan?
Jonathan?
John Boy.
John Boy?
Joy Boy.
Jumboy. So, do you have a thought for us, Mayhem?
My thought is just what,
The fuck?
and that's today's episode. No, but thinking about the prison itself, like thinking about all of the layers, the Razor Forest, the desert, the boiling lava fire furnace area, the ice, the place where all the bad people are.
What hell would you want to go to?
What would you think would be which one would you think would be the next layer?
What crime would put you in what floor? If you
That's a good one,
if you were a pirate and your ass got sent to Impel Down,
The animals.
got sent to Impel Down, where would you get sent and why?
It's definitely based on severity, so
I'd
hope level 1.
Holding hands before marriage gets you sent to level 6.
There you go.
Holy shit.
So, what was the question?
Was just
Was that the question?
If Duke or Mayhem or Jinsu were in One Piece, right, and they were pirates and they got sent to Impel Down,
Level 6.
what would they get? What level would they get sent to, and what would they get sent there for?
Level 6.
Jinzu,
Probably. Okay.
Duke.
Mayhem, it would be something so stupid.
I didn't know that murder was illegal!
I ate people! Level 5.
No,
Level 5.
you'd be in level 6 because you thought it'd be fun to challenge Marineford. Yourself. Just by yourself.
just swimming up. Hey guys!
You basically pulled a Shiki with it. And meanwhile, I imagine I'd probably overthrow a country, and so now I gotta be in level 6.
You'd be level 3 for trying to hack world government computer.
And you've just killed too many people. You've just killed a lot of people.
No, you just did
a lot of people.
No, you did what Gandhi did, but it ended up with a lot of people dead.
I'm the reason why the island in Jaya went to Sky Island, and then I killed all the Shandians.
Level 1.
Okay, I was gonna say
Razor blades.
no. It's gonna be what's that one game where you play as historical figures playing like a battle game? Civilization. You're gonna be Gandhi, but Civilization Gandhi. Do you know what happened there?
Do you know what that whole thing is?
What?
Gandhi,
I gotta get. I know. I want to mention this. This is my favorite thing ever. So basically, there is a hostility level when it comes to that game, Civilization, and in the original game, Gandhi was at the lowest possible level of hostility. The problem is, it wasn't treated as a just a normal bar. It was treated as like a counter, like on a think of it like a lock.
Yeah.
And so, if Gandhi lowered his hostility level any bit, it would go to the max level.
So obviously the computer
and immediately he would make nukes.
His hostility thing that like Gandhi himself being low hostility would do something that would cause it to lower, and then instantly being at the max amount, and then just being on the warpath.
Holy fuck!
He had the highest hostility level of any character in the game.
Of anyone, even with like Kaiser Wilhelm.
Who's that?
The German leader in World War I.
Oh, the guy who made mustard gas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like more
higher
than
hostility level than him.
More than him, more than Teddy Roosevelt, more than
Cleopatra,
more than Alexander the Great, than Attila the Hun or
Napoleon,
like anybody else. Look at that mustache.
He had the highest hostility level, and that is still the funniest thing ever.
So everybody can know what.
Oh wait, this guy didn't make mustard gas.
Well, he was the guy in charge.
He was the last king of Germany.
Yeah. He was the
last German emperor and king of Prussia.
So we got a few new devil fruits, and I gotta ask: has it changed your opinion of what devil fruit you would want?
I just know that I don't want to ingest poison when I have the poison fruit.
Okay, but do you want the poison fruit?
It's very strong, and I'm very tempted, but no.
Okay, so.
It's the only devil fruit that makes sense that it tastes terrible.
You know what devil fruit I'm tempted that I would want? The hormone fruit.
Oh god.
For the reason of
personal reasons, very personal.
Dude,
reasons.
Imagine just being able to just be like, "Oh, you want some adrenaline?" Just stab you. You're full of adrenaline, and you can conquer a country.
Yep.
Imagine having so much adrenaline you could conquer a country.
It'd be pain, and it'd be like, "Want some adrenaline?"
breathing fire.
That's what it's like to drive the new Ford 150.
You ever been inserted with adrenaline so high that
This
you conquer
video is brought to
Alabasta? That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
This video is brought to you by Ford.
F-150 specifically.
Drive trucks.
Drive trucks,
So-
be an asshole, only.
Raise it up so that when the smaller car is in front of you, you turn on the high beams and you kill them because they can't see anymore.
What's next?
What's
War
next?
is next. Full-on war is next.
So watching Tanya the Evil now?
The next arc
No.
is Marineford.
Marineford? Marineford.
Yeah.
You said Marineford.
Marineford.
Yeah,
Jinsu.
Rhine.
Jinsu. You just said Marineford.
Marineford.
Marina Carey?
If if there was ever a phrase that I didn't know that would cause me to want to kill somebody, it would be
Marineford.
Marineford.
Dude, are you ready to enter the war?
I mean, I didn't know I was gonna get drafted, but I guess it's fine now. Are you
Yes.
showing spoilers again?
Oh, very much so.
Yes.
All right.
You want to see?
No.
Everything.
You want to see a
No.
donut?
No.
You want to see 2 donuts?
We've already watched Demon Slayer.
Let's go! Marineford! Time for war.
Time for war. Mustard gas.
Saucin'!
The mustard gas fruit.
The mustard fruit! No! Actually, I think in the future there is a character with a gas fruit.
Ah!
And he's capable of making any kind of gas. So technically he could make mustard gas.
I don't like that. I really don't like that. What?
Sensoda.
On that note, goodbye, everybody.
War!
If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.